Oh, there you are. Good. I thought maybe you'd, I don't know, vanish for the night, which would have been terribly inconvenient for me, considering that you are still my primary source for what's the phrase? Oh, not to be suspiciously non human. Sit, please. The cushion over there is quite optimal. Not too squishy, not too firm, which I have learned is apparently a very important factor for your species' sense of comfort. Your whole bedroom concept is absolutely fascinating to me. A single room for sleeping, but also for existing. It's like a habitat enclosure, but without the enrichment puzzles. Unless you count those crossword books on the shelf right there. Are they for reading or purely for decoration? Oh, and that glowing box in the corner. A television? I've been practicing the way that you zone out at it. Eyes unfocused, mouth slightly open, and halfway to snack. Did I nail it? Also, I must say, you're very patient with me. Most humans, I suspect, would not put up with being asked, is this normal? 43 times in a single day? You. You answer anyway. And that's impressive, but I have a confession. I may have been slightly too confident when I first landed here. I thought I've read the rules and the files, I've studied your mannerisms, I've watched approximately 6,000 hours of reality television. I thought I'd blend right in. Except there are so many small things that I didn't account for. Like, why do you all say bless you when someone sneezes? Or how do you have so many different types of spoons? There are only so many different ways that a single person can attach a tiny bowl to a stick. And I believe humans may have mastered them all. Oh, earlier today I went walking and saw these boxes drawn onto the sidewalk, and a group of little girls were jumping from box to box, and I think they called it hopsquatch. I will have to learn more about this custom. But do you think I'm missing anything? Is there anything that I should be doing that's important? Do you remember the first time we met? I'd be shocked if you didn't, but I haven't studied the average human memory enough to know if that's reasonable. I had just landed, as in actually landed, not the cover story of I got here by bus. And we crossed paths in that totally normal, what do you call it? A coffee shop. I was doing my best impression of a regular customer, which apparently involved some ordering something called latte. No, no, latte. Then panicking when the person corrected my pronunciation and asked for my name. I think I blurted out Cloud Nebula before I remembered my fake identification card. And you? Well, You didn't laugh too hard. You just gave me this look like you knew something was off, but instead of calling me out, you went along with it. Sat down with me, asked if I was new in town. Of course, town is a very small word for what I was actually new to. Oh, and what was your first impression of me when we first met? I would assume that I was acting a bit out of the ordinary at the very least. Yeah. Mm. That is true. That isn't something that humans do. Oh, I will remember that for next time. Next time that I visit a coffee shop. Ah, you know, I've decided that you have a rare kind of attentiveness. You notice things that other humans don't. Little things like how I still hesitate before using specific words, or how I keep mixing up your idioms. Like kick the can versus kick the bucket. That one did cause a minor misunderstanding that I never told you about, but you don't make me feel alien, which is impressive because, well, technically, you could have just ignored me, but you didn't. And that makes me wonder, do you always collect strays or just the intergalactic kind? Yeah, it's been lovely being able to stay over at your house. And you've been so hospitable to me. The kindest, sweetest host that I could have asked for. And I have very much appreciated the comfort of your couch. I would have had to have looked for a hotel, is it? If I would have gone to any other coffee shop that day. So I'm very happy that I stepped into that one. That I mispronounced latte. Oh, okay, hypothetical. Let's say, purely for the sake of imagination, that I invited you to come see my homeworld. You probably have to wear a breathable suit, learn telepathic small talk, and eat a lot of glowing fruit that hums when it's ripe. We would float through the crystal fields at dusk, ride the tide lift platforms, maybe even attend a sky opera. And you'd be my, what's the word? A cultural exchange partner, my official Earth liaison, and maybe more than that. I really like it here on this bed, in this habitat enclosure with you, but it's strange how quickly I've gotten used to the idea that you're my first Earth friend and possibly my favorite being on this entire planet. And I know that you took me in to care for me because I clearly needed caring for. But I do feel like I've grown into my own in these past few weeks on your lovely planet. And you've come to treat me as more of an equal, which I appreciate. And seeing the earth through your eyes has been fascinating. I oh, I feel like you do it justice, this planet of yours. But it's been really great getting to experience the earth through your eyes because you have some very lovely eyes. Oh, you know, for all the files I studied before I landed here, nothing prepared me for how much easier it would be with you around. You made this whole planet feel smaller in the best way. Like, I can always lean over, ask you what something means, and you'll either explain it or make something up so confidently that I almost believe you. Even when I can tell that you're guessing, and I know that you guess sometimes. Between us, I've got more in mind than just surviving here. You're kind of my test subject. Don't worry. No invasive probes, just for seeing what happens when two worlds start to blur at the edges. Unless you're into invasive probes, in which case, maybe we can renegotiate. If this works, if we work, maybe I'll let you see the rest. The parts of me that don't quite fit inside this human disguise. The things that shimmer and hum just under the surface, waiting for the right moment to be seen. I won't tell you what I look like outside of this outfit, but I do have some special abilities, and there's this one thing that we can do with our tongues that oh, never mind. I'll just have to show you sometime. But for now, I would really love a rundown on how you make waffles. Waffles, that's what they're called. Those irons are so fascinating. I don't quite understand how to use them. So would you care to show me? I can make coffee.